is Darkler. Hello and welcome back. I am Darkler and this is Sherlock Nemesis. Now, we discovered that there was a ship. The painting is a ship, and it can be found in the west sector, under the English lot, basically.
Closed.
Okay, so this is the English lot, it must be. So we're looking for a ship. Yeah, just checking this is west.
The Adoration of the Golden Calf by Nicolas Poussin, a classical French... A canvas by Nicolas Poussin that tells of the discovery...
Oh. That was by luck.
Watson, come quickly.
That
What is it,
look like
Holmes?
about-
What have you found?
A painting by my great-uncle, Horace Vernet. I had forgotten that his work could be found here. It is certainly this ancestor to whom Lupin made reference in his letter. Such talent, don't you think?
Who? Lupin?
No, Vernet. Albeit Lupin also, but in a different field.
Oh, that was just painless.
Horace Vernet, the Battle of the Hanau, which took place in 1813, the beginning of the end for Napoleon despite this victory. The Battle of Genappe by Horace Vernet, one of the victories of the French Revolution. A beautiful landscape by Boucher, Françoise, a master of colour in the Age of Enlightenment. The Billet doux by Monsieur de Norvin's portrait by Jean-Auguste Dominique Ingres. A canvas by Joseph Vernet, my great-great-uncle.
Oh, this one's
Horace
great.
Vernet, my ancestor. Magnificent, this landscape at sunset.
Okay.
The Painter's Daughters Chasing a Butterfly by Thomas Gainsborough, an unfinished painting but touching nevertheless. Sun Rising Through Vapour by William Turner. 40 years before Monet, Turner creates a new painting that dissolves forms in a quivering of atmosphere and light.
Okay.
Here's what I've been looking for.
Right. So... Wait, what? So it must be in this bit. Right.
A coast scene.
I don't... No, it's definitely...
View of the Westerkerk, Amsterdam. A young woman seated at a...
It was... Oh, I just saw it.
The Fighting Temeraire. Splendid. What do you think?
I agree it's splendid. The existence of this painting would seem to give credit to this whole affair.
As long as this painting remains on this wall, this letter, even if it is eloquent and provocative, is nothing more than a letter. It is possible that all of this could be a hoax with no substance whatsoever. We will know soon enough, as the theft will have to take place tonight.
We must warn the museum's director, Holmes.
You are correct, Watson. Shall we?
Right, I was not listening then.
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
I think we have to talk to him. No,
Farewell,
we don't.
Palinor.
Okay. What did you say, Watson? I was not listening. Oops. We must warn the museum's director, Holmes. Well, yeah. Where's he? I mean, oh, probably in there.
Fantastic! Superb!
He was not
There,
bloody there.
Maestro. I believe that everything is settled.
This collaboration will be my crowning glory, my masterpiece. Merci!
I have finished the inventory of the works of art, Director. Oh, and I have the pleasure of introducing the great detective Sherlock Holmes and his companion, Dr. Watson.
Good day, gentlemen. It's with pleasure that I welcome you to our gallery. I trust that you are here for pleasure and not business.
I am afraid that is not the case.
Huh?
Wrong!
When it is no longer a matter of art, the artist must make his excuses. Messieurs, until we meet again, no need to accompany me. I know the way.
I have a feeling he's the
My
bad guy.
apologies, gentlemen. Have you been
He
waiting
scopes the
long?
place out
Mr.
first.
Palinor was able to answer all of our most urgent questions. Tell me, who was that man who just left?
That was Horace Valmont, a French painter. One of the best, seemingly. His letters of recommendation come from some of the grandest salons in Paris.
A Frenchman? Let's take a look, Watson.
Take a look. What? The French?
Yes, he's very avant-garde. He heard that we were showing the works of modern painters during our temporary exhibitions. He has loaned us a number of paintings and has promised to donate those that have the greatest success to the museum.
Lestrade, just in time. And the Frenchman, Watson?
Gone?
Director, this is Inspector Lestrade
Gone?
of Scotland Yard. Lestrade, this is the Director of the National Gallery, Sir Pointer, and his assistant, Mr. Palinor. Lestrade, would you have your constable on duty guard the entrance and make sure that nobody comes into the museum? Director, is there anything else?
No, but
If you would care to follow me, I'll show you what the motivation behind all of this is. The reason for this little gathering is this letter that I received at my lodgings this morning. Without getting into too much detail, it claims that this painting, The Fighting Temeraire, will be stolen tonight.
pardon?
There now. It's because of a letter that you've disturbed me. You believe that?
I would never have taken the liberty to disturb you if this letter, the authenticity of which I must admit hasn't been completely confirmed, was not written by the one and only Arsène Lupin.
Arsène Lupin?
Arsène Lupin?
Us? Lou? What?
Arsène Lupin, the most wanted cat burglar in the world. We will know soon enough whether or not this letter is a fake, or if I had reason to disturb you, Lestrade. But you must understand that we couldn't take even the slightest chance.
Perhaps. Why not simply put this thing under lock and key in the bank or at Scotland Yard?
We cannot risk storing the painting in an improper environment or to entrust it to anyone who calls it a thing.
All that would achieve would be to shift the problem. This painting is priceless. Beware he who would harm it. What I propose, Lestrade, is to do a tour of the museum with Sir Pointer in order to check any possible points of break and entry, and leave 2 men on duty here tonight. In addition, Director, you must close the museum to the public and not let anyone else in.
If you feel it's necessary.
And you, Holmes?
I'll pass by tomorrow at dawn. We'll know then what we're up against. Should the unthinkable have occurred, I insist that nothing is touched until I arrive. Is that clear? Let's be off, Watson.
Listen, Inspector, I have a lot of work to take care of. It would be better if I leave you to do a tour by yourself. You are, after all, a professional. Here are the keys to all of the locked doors. If you need me, I'll be in my office.
Well, I best inspect the museum to find any of Lupin's possible exits, including mice holes.
You control Lestrade. Right. Oh,
Nothing to report.
no.
Nothing to report.
Right. Okay, so
We need a cannon to force this door down. The lock is too big to be jimmied, and I'll leave a man on duty in place. If Lupin does come, it won't be that way. No exits on this side. Nothing to report. It's dark in this box room. Good. No windows, no possible entry.
well, he could come through the floorboards, you dick.
Haha! There is a possible entry. If someone wanted to descend from the roof here, he'd need a lot of time, and it wouldn't be a quiet business. But I'd be wise to leave a man on duty here, and he will signal the alarm at any suspicious movement coming from the roof. Arsène Lupin. It's you and I now.
Right. So this room's a danger.
No, no exits on this side. Nothing to report.
Don't press anything.
No, no exits on this side.
Douche.
Nothing to report.
Come on. Right, not an exit, not an exit. Big window.
No, no exits on this side. Nothing to report.
Alright. Jeez.
No, no exits on this side. Nothing to report.
Right, fine. Hang on. Don't want to talk to you quite yet. But if he's got two men and one's on the door and one's there, that's probably it.
I will make sure there are no windows and therefore ways in. Here.
Do your work. I will draw a map for you, Inspector.
Wait for tonight. There. The director and his underling have left. Time for us to play now. It could be that this whole robbery is nothing but nonsense. If not, we're prepared. And this Lupin will play right into our hands. I'll lock the main door to the museum, and you will be locked in. Jeffries is on duty in Trafalgar Square, and the yard is nearby. Nothing to worry about there. The doors leading in will be locked, but you will each have everything you need to open them. Stay hidden and cover your light so you cannot be seen from the roof. You, Lockhart, will be stationed near the painting itself. At the least provocation, go down to the entrance and sound the alarm. The walls are too thick, so you will have to go down for your whistle to be heard. In case of real trouble, be sure to fire with deadly accuracy, because if you even graze one of the paintings, your great-grandchildren will still be paying off your debts. Finally, you'll just have to be content with your lanterns. Gas is too expensive. Let's go, men. Keep your wits about you. You'll be relieved at 4 a.m.
Imagine if this turned into Five Nights at Freddy's. Riddler! Pretty sure I can see you.
Go on, you cantankerous codger. You have work to do.
You're right, Holmes. The constable below was indeed asked to deliver us a letter. It's from Lestrade.
Nothing good can come from such urgency.
Indeed, Holmes. This time, without doubt, the painting has disappeared. According to what he's written, they've turned the National Gallery upside down looking for it. Our presence is required immediately.
Well, Watson, the game is afoot.
Should we not have enlisted more men from the force to protect the painting?
Yeah!
I think that a whole brigade could not have stopped Lupin. And, of course, we can now be
it might
certain
have.
that it was he who was behind the theft. First and foremost, the police have a city and lives to protect, and we must respect that. Watson, a hansom will be hard to find at this hour, and Billy, our page, is sick. Would you be so good as to flag one down while I take a moment to reread this letter?
Yesterday, I was a doctor, and now I've become a valet.
Right, okay. Something I didn't get to read a note? Or is it in documents? don't get to read the note yet. Okay, that's fine. Go flag one down, so we'll take it outside the side. Because it's not like you can call up for one. Or can you? Well, there we go.
Got a light?
No, sorry.
Is it Sherlock Holmes who lives in these digs here?
Indeed.
Know him?
I do have that honour. I have been of some assistance to him on occasion. Like locating hansoms, for instance.
I say, you're his valet. So tell me, does your master pay well then?
But I
bet you're not above winning a bob or two, am I right? Listen, my friend, word has it that your boss is going to have a right fright tonight at the Picture Museum.
How?
Shh, listen, my good man. If you want to fill your pockets, here's my card. Piers Urquhart Allen, that's my name. Independent reporter's the game. Spill the beans about his biz, and I'll pay you well. Look for me in one of the pubs around here. You can't miss me.
If Holmes finds out that the press is onto this business, he'll be in an explosive mood. Best to avoid speaking about it. Ah, a hansom. Now to find Holmes and make our way to the National Gallery.
No.
You've arrived at last, Holmes. We haven't touched anything while we were waiting, except for a ladder which we needed to climb onto the roof. You must have received my message. The painting was stolen.
Okay, I'm done.
Did your men see anything?
To tell you the truth, barely anything. There was nothing they could do. The only thing we know for certain is there were two people of athletic build who perpetrated this crime. We don't know if the burglars stole anything other than the painting in question, as they completely redecorated the museum with the paintings of a French artist that were at the entrance to the museum. The paintings that were on the walls are now crammed in the director's office.
That's where I think it's that other guy as well.
Do you have any idea what happened?
Well, not really. I haven't managed to figure it out. We know that the two men exited through the window in the restoration workshop, and that the second man entered through there. But the first man was already in the museum, before his accomplice. Yet I had a man in the restoration workshop all yesterday afternoon, and he only left for a minute in order to hear my orders. At no time could the first man have entered through the window. We would have either seen or heard him. The men on the premises confirm they didn't see anyone pass through the entrance until the alarm was sounded. And those two are the only possibilities. How did this man get into the museum, I ask you?
When you have eliminated the impossible, Lestrade, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Where are the director and his assistant?
They're both in the office. Go gently with the director. He's close to having a fit. By the way, I noticed some traces of paint or something all over. I've asked everyone to avoid trampling on them until you've had a chance to examine them.
You're making wonderful progress, Lestrade.
Well, I'll go question the neighbors to see if anyone might have seen a 17th century boat descend from the roof.
Watson, accompany Inspector Lestrade. Check out the roof and help out with the interrogations. Be on the lookout, for the slightest detail could gain us some precious time.
You can count on me, Holmes.
Right, let's go to the director first, then to the first room, then to the painting, and then everywhere else.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, such a tragedy. Have you seen what these crooks have done to my museum? Paintings of incalculable value thrown in a heap like hay in a haystack. And the Fighting Temeraire.
Now, calm down, Director. Do you know if they took anything other than this painting?
The director and I are in the middle of doing an inventory of all the paintings that were moved. We are not certain yet.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Good. We'll be here if you have any further questions. Come, Palinor. Back to the inventory.
I'm overwhelmed by this inventory.
Right, okay. So the paintings aren't examinable. And I just want to check. No, it wasn't that room, was it? It was one of these. It was the leftmost, yeah. Right.
The person who left these footprints stepped into the paint with his whole foot. Size 10.
Right.
Size 10.
Size 10 boots, right.
These footprints are those of common work boots.
Okay. Size 10 common work boots.
Footprints, look.
Going towards. Come on. Hang on.
The foot brushed the paint. Someone wanted to warn the person who made the footprints of the presence of liquid on the ground, but too late. The man then went beneath the louver of the window to get out, probably with the help of a ladder. He was wearing shoes from France with supple leather non-skid soles, which have a distinctive design.
Come on. Let me measure. Okay. Might not need to measure them.
It's through there that one of our robbers arrived, and it's also through there that they must have escaped with the help of a ladder.
Which the fucking guy.
Ideal to
Messed
catch
about
by
with.
jumping from this skylight. Ideal to catch by jumping from this skylight.
Right. So I think we've investigated everything in this room that we need to. So now let's go to where the painting was stolen. What the?
A perfect example of neo-cretinism, a Valmont from his convalescent period.
Was that there before?
Hideous, this painting, a round red frame with some green in the middle. The inspiration behind this canvas is rather queer.
Gay!
Valmont has unusual taste for a painter. What horrors! The artist of this painting wished to depict the total rejection of aestheticism, and he succeeded. Ah, Thomas Gainsborough, one of the most... Valmont has unusual taste for a painter. A perfect example of neo-cretinism, a Valmont from his convalescent period. The artist of this painting wished to depict the total rejection of aestheticism, and he succeeded. Mr. and Mrs. Andrews by Gainsborough, an unfinished painting. The artist of this painting wished to depict the total rejection of aestheticism.
Well, what else do I need to do?
A perfect example of neo-cretinism. What horrors! Valmont has unusual taste.
So all the pictures are being replaced for something shit. Yeah, we get that, right.
The artist of this painting wished to depict the total
So the
rejection.
train's gone. The train and the balloon are gone. Which means they took it with them when they went out, and that's actually pretty obvious that they do that. But,
I have no reason to go there.
right.
It's a combination lock, a French brand. It looks extremely solid, impossible to open.
Converting into combination. Right, let's just survey the whole room then.
Closed.
Right. Oh, the painting footprints carry on, don't they? But wear out by that point, or do they? It looks like they wear out. Oh no! They go down here.
Footprints, look. This footprint is quite clear, like a footstep pressed. Size 10.
Right. So follow that around the corner. Oh, okay, nothing.
The paint tracks come from the interior of the museum and stop there. It's curious, but I'd wager that the man who left these footprints rested here a moment while facing the wall and looking at something. Yet these paintings aren't exceptional in the least.
So it wasn't the paintings he was looking at? So he stops here. But then where does he go? Footprint.
Footprints, look.
It's just
Size 10.
right, and
This footprint is quite clear, like a footstep pressed. This footprint is rather light. The man who left these footprints made a return trip. He was carrying something heavy when he climbed the stairs. Paintings, certainly.
okay. So by that point he had the paintings. But there's only footprints down this bit. There aren't any footprints at the... Oh,
A
hang on.
large red square was painted on the floor, most likely by Lupin, but to what end?
Right. So he sent the train down at that point, maybe?
Closed.
Right.
The Spanish Painters Gallery. French Painters Gallery.
Okay, so we're gonna stop
What
it.
do you want, Mr. Holmes?
Thank you, gentlemen.
Good.
Gonna stop it
I'm
in just a second.
overwhelmed by this inventory.
Right. Director's room done. Down there, done, I think. Just want to check. Yep. Right.
Closed.
Nothing in this bit.
It's too dark in here. I don't see anything.
Right. Oh, okay, fine.
Water. Water. These tools are for restoring paintings.
Right. I think that's this room done as well. And we will look at the rest next time. So, until then, goodbye! I've been